Burmese pythons have devastated native wildlife in the Everglades. Researchers turn to tech, hoping robotic rabbits can lure the snakes out.
At sunrise in the Florida Everglades, something unusual stirred in the grass. They appeared to be harmless rabbits, soft, twitching, and perfectly still. But what was under their fur wasn't alive. Officials had secretly released hundreds of them, each powered by the sun and designed for one unsettling purpose: to draw out the Everglades' most relentless predator. Locals called it madness. Scientists called it genius. But when the first cameras started rolling, what they captured changed everything. The question is, did Florida outsmart nature, or did it unleash something it can't control? Everglades under siege. Imagine this. The sun rises over the Florida Everglades, making the vast fields of sawgrass shine like a green mirror. Herons stand still as if guarding the smooth waters. It looks like paradise, right? But if you look closer, you'll see a big problem: an environment damaged from within. This isn't about oil spills or heavy machinery. The real issue is the Burmese python, a large snake from Southeast Asia that has turned Florida's wetlands into its personal buffet. This invasion didn't begin with a villain's plan. It started with a human mistake. In the 1980s and 1990s, there was a boom in exotic pets. People bought baby pythons thinking they were cute and harmless. But those little snakes grew quickly, up to 15 to 20 feet, and became strong enough to squeeze a deer or alligator. Unprepared owners began letting them go in ditches, backyards, and other wet areas. Then, in 1992, Hurricane Andrew struck South Florida, destroying pet stores and releasing many pythons into the wild. These snakes sparked a major population problem. In Florida, the climate is perfect for pythons. They find plenty of places to hide and many animals that don't know how to escape them. With no natural enemies, they can lay 100 eggs at a time, leading to rapid population growth. Now, biologists estimate there are tens of thousands of pythons in South Florida. The impact is severe. Many small animals, such as raccoons, possums, and rabbits, have vanished from these areas. Deer managed to stay safe, but bobcats have become rarer. One shocking sight is a python caught in the act of eating a full-grown deer. Another example shows two pythons fighting over an alligator, both of which end up as food for scavengers. This problem affects the entire ecosystem. With fewer small animals, birds of prey and scavengers struggle to find food. Marsh rabbits, once common, have nearly disappeared. The delicate balance of the Everglades is breaking down. Humans are trying to regain control, but progress is slow. Hunters are now using drones and flashlights to help find and remove pythons. Millions of dollars are spent on bounties, research, and efforts to catch these snakes. But for every python captured, many more hatchlings escape unnoticed. The pythons are skilled at hiding and breeding. Meanwhile, our options to manage them are getting fewer. Scientists warn that as temperatures rise, pythons could move north into new areas. Though the Everglades is currently the main problem, other areas might face the same threat. Florida wildlife officials recently tried a new approach, leading to one of the most unusual snake hunts in recent history: bounties, hype, and hard math. In 2013, Florida's wildlife managers noticed that the invasive python population was growing rapidly. To deal with this problem, they decided to create a competition called the Python Challenge. This event invited anyone willing to hunt pythons in the swamps for cash prizes and bragging rights. The idea seemed bright. They offered a quick training session, a month to hunt, and paid for every python caught. However, the reality proved much harder than expected. For the first challenge, 1,600 people from across the state arrived by airboat and machete under the watch of media crews. They roamed the swamps for weeks, but caught only 68 snakes, a small number compared to the thousands still out there. Despite this disappointing result, Florida decided to make the challenge an annual event, offering bigger prizes and better gear. Hunters improved their skills with advanced tools such as thermal scopes and night vision goggles. Some hunters caught many snakes each season, and one even found a 17-foot python. Still, scientists noted that the snake population continued to grow. By the late 2000s, it became clear that these hunts generated excitement but did not effectively control the python population. In 2017, the South Florida Water Management District launched the Python Elimination Program. This program shifted the focus away from public hunting to hiring licensed contractors who would patrol the area for pythons. These workers received hourly pay plus bonuses for each foot of python they caught. While they worked hard, often under challenging conditions, The overall number of snakes remained unchanged. Even though they removed some pythons, the population persisted, as if new ones appeared to replace those removed. New strategies were tested, such as using Judas snakes equipped with radio tags to attract hunters. However, the environment was too chaotic for this approach to work effectively. By the end of the 2010s, it became clear that humans could not keep up with the snake population growth. Despite their efforts, the snake's rapid adaptability proved to be a significant challenge. With this realization, experts began considering new methods, such as using trained dogs to capture pythons more effectively. Dogs that sniff the unseen. When cache hunts and hunter groups didn't make much difference, Florida's wildlife teams decided it was time to bring in some expert help. They stopped relying on luck and grit and chose an innovative solution: using dogs to find the pythons. In 2020, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission tested this idea by sending out 2 dogs into the swamp. Meet Truman and Eleanor. Truman is a black lab with a friendly face and a focused attitude. He's ready to work. Eleanor is a Dutch shepherd with sharp amber eyes, built for precision. After months of training, they became experts at finding pythons. Trainers hid snakes in crates, tall grass, and logs until the pups could always see them, using their keen noses to detect a scent humans can't smell. On their first day in the field, the dogs were impressive. With long leashes and their handlers following with GPS devices, they would suddenly stop, Truman's tail stiff and Eleanor circling back, signaling they found something nearby. A flashlight would reveal the snakes they located, catching them when humans had failed for days. It was amazing to see how they moved through the swamps as if it were an easy walk. Word spread quickly among agencies that this approach might work. But hunting in the swamps is difficult. The heat and humidity can be exhausting, while sharp sawgrass can hurt the dog's paws. Alligators and snakes are also dangerous. One wrong move could lead to a bad situation. Handlers cared for the dogs with cooling vests, protective booties, and regular water breaks. And the pythons? They were tricky, making it feel like a challenging game of hide and seek. Despite the challenges, the dogs found valuable information. They discovered patterns indicating where snakes were hiding. Each trail led to nests or groups of snakes, revealing parts of their invasion that scientists had not seen before. The dogs didn't just catch snakes, they helped map out where the snakes were most concentrated. However, the area they needed to cover is vast. 1.5 million acres is too much for just 2 dogs. To make a bigger impact, they needed hundreds of teams and significant funding. This success showed that an innovative approach worked better than just muscle. But the situation in the glades called for more than just the dogs' noses. The next idea? If the scent of the pythons helped, could they use something to bait the snakes? This thought led scientists into complex questions about ethical considerations and practical solutions. From live bait to blueprint. Desperation can drive people to invent new solutions, but it can also harm ethics. After traditional hunting methods failed and dog teams reached their limits, experts in Florida faced a tough challenge. They needed to think like pythons to catch them. What would attract a sneaky predator out of hiding? The answer was simple and disturbing. Marsh rabbits, once common in the Everglades, were now rare. The plan was to use live rabbits as bait. At first, people reacted with strong disapproval. However, for the researchers, this seemed like their only choice. Pythons hunt by using their senses to detect smells and heat, not by chasing after prey. They began small tests. They set up secure pens along swamp trails, placing frightened rabbits behind wire, protected from harm, but close enough to tempt the snakes. The rabbits' scent and warmth would mimic a tasty snack. The results were surprising. After a few weeks, they caught over 20 pythons at one spot. The rabbits were scared but unharmed, while many snakes were trapped. This was strong evidence that using live prey could effectively lure pythons, especially when sight alone wasn't enough. Was this a breakthrough? Yes. But images of live rabbits surrounded by pythons sparked anger. Animal welfare advocates called it barbaric, and even some project team members were shocked. They argued that no invader was worth the suffering of innocent rabbits. The backlash was quick. Funding was cut, and the trials stopped. People were too upset to overlook it. However, a positive outcome of the shutdown was that the main idea had been proven. The new question was how to improve the method. Instead of live bait, could they create a lifelike decoy? Could they mimic a rabbit's scent, warmth, and movements without a heartbeat? A team of wildlife experts, robotics engineers, and conservationists came together. They focused on the basics: infrared heat against the cool air, a faint scent of fur, and nervous rustling. Using this information, they developed a mechanical replica, a strong decoy that could release synthetic smells, radiate warmth like a rabbit, and move enough to trick the snakes. This rabbit blueprint led to a new invention: durable robots equipped with cameras and sensors that could attract and record strikes, turning each trap into a small laboratory. The project quietly moved forward with prototypes as the controversy faded. This was the first time technology could outsmart pythons rather than overpower them. But would the snakes fall for the bait, or would they notice the trick and get away? Florida waited anxiously as the first set of robotic rabbits was released into the wild. The Everglades were tense with anticipation. Robo-Rabbits in the wild. When Florida's first squad of Robo-Rabbits hit the Everglades muck, skeptics couldn't help but chuckle. The dawn light glinted off these pint-sized prototypes, resembling something out of a backyard inventor fair. Fuzzy faux fur blobs rigged with wires, sensors, and mini solar sails catching the mist like awkward sails. But these were no kiddie toys. They were battle-tested creations born from years of hard work, breakthroughs, and a generous stack of grant money. Engineers dubbed them Robo-Rabbits, while wildlife wranglers referred to them as our Hail Mary hailers. Their mission? To outsmart the sneaky critters lurking in the shadows where human eyes and boots had failed. Each Robo-Rabbit is a pint-sized powerhouse, featuring tough polymer shells that withstand the swamp's soggy conditions. They are layered in fake fluff to trick a flicking tongue. Thermal pads glow just right to mimic a real bunny's warmth, while scent devices release lab-brewed musk to waft out an enticing, easy dinner invitation. The ears twitch on cue, powered by whisper-quiet motors. Inside each rabbit, there's a sneaky camera linked to motion sensors. When anything slithers nearby, it snaps pictures and sends alerts to conservationists miles away. Tiny solar panels keep them charged, soaking up sunlight into batteries that can last for weeks without a recharge. They're stored in gator-proof pens strong enough to fend off raccoons and withstand rogue storms, yet leaky enough for their enticing scent to escape. The goal isn't to take down the predators directly, but to lure them in so the capture crew can handle the situation. They dropped 120 of these robo-rabbits across the hot zones, and people braced themselves for silence. The Everglades had ignored hope before, but the swamp quickly flipped the script. Field feeds lit up with never-before-seen glimpses, massive coils creeping slowly, tongues tasting the air, and scaly bodies glistening in the murk. Some snakes lunged immediately, coiling tight around the still prey, with jaws unhinging like clockwork. Others were warier, probing and pausing before retreating into the shadows, sensing something was off. Weeks later, the data provided invaluable insights. Each ping marked a location on the Python pushpin map. Hotspots emerged, breeding burrows were discovered, and canal crawls were accurately tracked. These bots proved to be more than just decoys. They were double agents, luring and logging, sketching out the invasion's sneaky blueprint. Of course, there were challenges. At $4,000 each, they weren't cheap, and the harsh conditions of the swamp, with heat and humidity, required constant adaptations for survival. Scaling this project statewide would bring significant costs, hundreds of teams and millions for upkeep, akin to herding cats with scales. It was a spark of genius, but not a singular solution. The priceless perk, the change in mindset. After years of struggle, the lab felt like it had finally landed a punch. The once quiet Everglades now buzz with activity, a faint whir beneath the surface, motors murmuring possibilities. If this swamp saga has caught your interest, share your thoughts below. Is it a tech savior or an ethical dilemma? And subscribe for more wild world wonders. And don't forget to check out the following video on screen. It's a total thriller about the ecosystem. See you in the reads.